Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we're going to be talking about bulking, about weight gain, gaining muscle, and some tips for you guys, because I've obviously been on a massive weight gain journey. If you're new to my channel, I had an eating disorder and then I was a model, and then I slowly gained weight over about 4 years. And that's where I am today. So I thought I'd share my tips because I do get a lot of questions about gaining weight and what to eat, and struggling to eat food is the main one I get. I get a lot of people saying they struggle to hit the amount of calories that they need to gain weight. So I thought I'd make a video and talk about how I did that, and to give you guys some tips on if you're struggling to gain weight, how you can, and also in a healthy way, because the trouble with eating too much of the unhealthy foods is you will gain a lot of unwanted fat. So I thought today I'd talk about the way to gain weight healthily, tips on food. So I'm not going to be talking specifically about how to bulk and how to gain weight. This video is going to be about the food and the tips of what to eat specifically to gain weight healthily. So if you're new to my channel, don't forget to click that subscribe button just below the video, and also if you enjoy the video, don't forget to give it a like. And if you've got any questions or anything or any feedback, don't forget to drop a comment below. I do appreciate all of the support that you guys give me as well. I'm going to put some pictures on the screen just to show you guys my transformation, because any of you who are new to my channel or you don't follow me on Instagram, you're going to have no idea of like my transformation or what's happened. So I can show you that it is possible, and it is possible to gain weight in a healthy way. So I'm going to put some on now. So you'll see ones from about 2016 to 2020, so 4 years difference. But you can see the progression of gaining weight and doing it healthily, and that you guys can do it too, and it is possible. So I have already done a video on how to gain weight, so if you guys want to go and see how to gain muscle, how to gain healthily as a woman, I have popped that link in the description. But this video, as I said before, is going to be about what foods to eat. Just a brief little background about bulking so you guys kind of understand a bit more about what it is and about weight gain and stuff like that. So bulking is basically being in a calorie surplus, and the aim is to gain weight, and most people do generally want to gain muscle. You don't really want to gain fat, so that is what bulking is about. And bulking is a lot slower than fat loss. Fat loss is normally about 2 pounds a week of fat loss, and that's like a healthy range. But with bulking, you do not want to be gaining more than a pound a week, because that means it will be going on as fat, because it takes a time to build muscle. Unfortunately, you can't just build muscle really quickly. So if you see the scales going up super quick when you're gaining weight, a lot of that's going to be fat. So unfortunately, it's a slow process, but it's worth it. And you want to keep an eye on the scales that you're not gaining more than a pound a week. You want to basically be eating more than your maintenance calories. How do you know what your maintenance calories are? Well, there is a formula that you can work it out with, and it gives you a number called a BMR, which is your basic metabolic rate. That's how many calories you need just to survive. Then there's something called the TDEE, which is your total daily energy expenditure, and that's how many calories you need to maintain your weight with all the things that you do each day. That could be walking around work, going for a walk with the dogs, exercising, all those things on top of your BMR. Your BMR is basically what you need if you were just lying in bed all day, not moving. That's how many calories you'd need to maintain your weight. But obviously we don't do that. We move around, we exercise, we walk, all those sort of things. So your TDEE is your maintenance calories. So you need to be eating more than your maintenance calories, so more than your TDEE. If you guys want me to work out your TDEE for you, or your BMR, or you want more information on that, my email is below. Drop me an email. I do that, all that sort of stuff. That is one of the services I provide as a personal trainer and nutrition coach. So this is the opposite of a cut, and the aim and the goal is normally about 3 to 6 months. So this process will take you about 3 to 6 months. Basically about having a body recomp, because you want to, a lot of you I know watching this will want to lose fat and gain muscle, and there's some of you watching this who just want to gain muscle, gain weight healthily. So that's basically called a body recomp. So it is a lot slower progress than doing a cut, than weight loss. So as long as you guys are aware of that and keep that in mind. And also, to help build this muscle, you want to maximize hypertrophy. So that means training. You need to make sure you're doing the right training at the gym, the right style. Like I said, hypertrophy training will help you gain muscle along with the right diet. This is all just going to speed up the process. Now, you will gain a little bit of fat when gaining weight. It's so difficult to not do that. I mean, if you just want to gain muscle slowly, I mean, you can do it. I actually myself have lost fat in the last year and gained muscle, but bear in mind that's taken me about 13 months to do, and it's been a very slow, gradual process. But if you want faster results, you are going to have to be aware that you will gain some fat, but that's okay because you can always lose that after, and fat is, like I said, much easier lost than muscle, so you will, and gained as well, so you will be able to do that. Once you've got to your goal weight, you can do a mini cut and lose a bit of the fat, but you need to be aware that slight fat increase is going to happen. When you're going to the gym, or if because of what's going on at the moment you're working out from home, you need to be pushing yourself as hard as you can. So you're eating more at the moment, which means you're going to be having more energy, so therefore you can put more effort into your workouts, push for those PBs, push the weights, increase the reps, sets or weight over time. That's the volume, so you want to be making sure you've got a good workout plan alongside your weight gain plan. So if you are a newbie to all this, there is a positive, because you will get something called newbie gains. So when you start going to the gym, because you've not really trained or lifted heavy, you will actually increase muscle quite quickly. If you're someone who's been training for 2 to 3 years or more, this is going to be a harder process because you've already got quite a lot of muscle. You could even be at your genetic potential, you could be there already, so it can be quite hard to go further than that. That means it can be a slower process. But again, this is all about patience, it's about giving it time, and it's about not rushing it. Another thing I'd advise doing on your bulking journey is taking pictures rather than weighing yourself, because it can be quite difficult looking at the scales, especially when you are gaining fat at the same time. It could put you off, you could feel bad about yourself. So pictures I find work so well. For me, it was a dream because I could see my gains really easily when I took photos. You know, just 6 months, actually even just 3 months of training 3 times a week, strength training, and eating in a calorie surplus, my glutes had grown already by 1 inch. So doing pictures is so important. You know, get the side ones, front, back, and make sure you're doing it at the same time, same lighting, I'd say every 3 to 4 weeks, and that will just make you notice those gains that maybe the scale will make you not notice, because when you're putting on muscle, the scale is going to go up, and that might be quite scary for you. So I definitely recommend doing pictures. So now we're going to go into the food bit. So the first thing I want to say is, do not be scared of food. Do not be scared of eating more. This is such a big thing to overcome when you need to eat more, and it can be quite scary upping your calories by about 500 calories to even 1,000. I had to personally up mine a lot. It can be quite scary. You just have to bear with that and feel the fear, as I say, feel the fear and do it anyway. So the macros that you really want to be getting in are protein and carbs. Protein and carbs are really, really essential to gaining muscle. So make sure you're getting enough protein and carbs. For protein, I would recommend 0.8 grams to 1 gram of protein per kilo of body weight. So I'll let you do the maths, but that's the minimum. But I would try, if you can, getting more. I've got lots of videos on here. I think I did a what I eat in a day high protein video the other day. I've got protein snack videos, but hopefully the tips I'm going to give you of what to eat now will help you as well. But make sure you're getting enough protein in, because protein is the building block of muscles, so you do need to make sure there's sufficient protein in your diet. And I've worked with a lot of females before. I know, I'm so aware that women do not eat enough protein, so just make sure you keep an eye on that. Something like MyFitnessPal is really good because you can track your food, or getting a meal plan from someone who knows what they're doing, and then the coach, for example, I can work out for you how much protein you need, and I can put that into your meal plan. So make sure you've got some structure. Okay, so some food ideas that really helped me get calories in are rice cakes, because rice cakes are about 30 to 35 or even 40 calories per rice cake, and they're not actually that filling because it's just puffed rice really in a little cake thing, or round thing. So you can have about 4 of them, and that's already about like over 120 calories or more. And then putting just something on top of that as well, even like some peanut butter, because peanut butter is another one of my food tips for gaining weight. It is so calorie dense, it's unbelievable. So you can have like a tablespoon of peanut butter in a day, and that's about 300 calories, and that's easy. I mean, a tablespoon is what, like that much. So you're adding your peanut butter to your rice cakes, 4 rice cakes, you've already added 500 calories to a day. So it's little things like that are really easy. So I definitely recommend rice cakes and peanut butter. Obviously make sure you get a good brand of peanut butter. And another food is oats. Oats are so versatile because you can use them to make cookies, little muffins, you can use them for porridge. And one thing I really recommend is putting them in smoothies, because you can get about 150 to 200 calories per serving or more of oats, and then you just put them straight in a smoothie. They're blended, so they're not as filling and not as hard to digest as well. So I definitely recommend having oats in your diet. They're a really healthy food as well. Another thing I'd recommend is stop buying low-fat foods. Start buying full-fat foods. Things like yogurt. A lot of people buy low-fat yogurt, and just buy the full-fat Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt is another one of my tips, and it is so high in protein. So total yogurt, Fage, F-A-G-E, or Skyr, which is S-K-Y, yeah, I think that's it. They're about 10 grams of protein per 100, so 10% protein, which is really good for a yogurt. I literally have it every day, and you can easily, if you have like 200 grams of that yogurt, you've got 20 grams of protein. So have that with, you know, some fruit or some peanut butter or some nuts. I definitely recommend getting yogurt in your diet. And like I said, getting the full fat one means that you are getting those extra calories. If you're getting the low fat Greek yogurt, when you're trying to gain weight, it's just pointless because you could eat the same amount and have double the calories, and then you've got all the calories you need in. And another thing I'd recommend is fruit, because fruit is obviously a carbohydrate, and it's a healthy carbohydrate, so things like bananas are really good to have in your smoothies. They're a good pre-workout. It's really good actually to have something like a protein smoothie post-workout and put some fruit in it, like some banana, or again, like I said, before your workout. So fruit, I think people forget about that, but actually, you know, some fruit is quite calorie dense. It's a good source of carbohydrates. It's a good sugar to have in your diet. So I did mention this a minute ago, but smoothies, so shakes are really, really good. Protein powder, milk, so full fat milk, or you can use like almond milk or whatever. You can put oats in there, you can put peanut butter in there, you can put banana in there. You can easily make a 500 calorie smoothie. So if your goal was to increase your calories by 500 a day, just add a smoothie to your day. That's literally it. It's really easy to do, really easy to consume because it's a liquid and it's a drink. If you're looking for some good protein powder, I've got a Protein Works discount link in my bio, and there is a code on there as well. So do go and check that out because they've got lots of protein powders on there that could be really good for your smoothies. So those are a couple of foods I've given you, but some examples of some meals are things like salmon is really good because it's a good source of protein and it's a healthy fat. And you could have salmon with some pesto and some potatoes and vegetables, and that's a great meal. Or you can get some nice whole wheat pasta, have it with some chopped tomatoes and salmon, or some chicken or fish. So make sure you're having some good sources of protein in your diet with your meals. Another thing is like porridge, because with porridge you could put some peanut butter in it, you could put some protein powder in it, you could put some fruit in it, and you can easily make a porridge about 300 to 400 calories, and it can all be healthy. Also, for me, I found things like cereal really good. So before bed, I'd have like, well, not before bed, but like in the evening, Rice Krispies, because they're not too filling. Rice Krispies, you can literally easily eat 60 grams of protein, of Rice Krispies, and that's about 300 calories. And then if you add, instead of milk, have a protein shake as the milk, so like chocolate protein shake or vanilla, pour that over the Rice Krispies, and you've easily then just consumed 400 calories, and it's a really easy meal to eat. I still eat that now. I absolutely love cereal with protein powder, with a protein shake as the milk. It's really, really yummy. So that's another good tip. Or you could obviously have it for breakfast or in the day as a post-workout. Another thing is people forget about is nuts and flaxseed. So obviously they're very calorie dense. Something like flax seeds or pumpkin seeds, you can sprinkle them over yogurt. So again, that's just an extra way to get it in with other foods and increase your calories. You can put flax seeds into smoothies as well. A teaspoon of flaxseed is quite high calorie, and it's got really good sources of fat in it as well. So things like that as well. Also, when you're looking at fish, you can get more calorie dense fish. So things like mackerel and salmon, like I said before, rather than having like cod, which is really low calorie. And then obviously just things like increasing your volume and your portion size a bit. So just have a bit more rice, have a bit more chicken, have a bit more salmon. Just try and increase those portions throughout the day, and even just doing that will add an extra couple of hundred calories to your day. Another thing is how you cook your food. So just adding a bit more olive oil when cooking your food, a bit more coconut oil, that will easily add an extra 100 calories to your diet. So it's little things like this where you can switch foods, change to full fat, make your portions a bit bigger, eat foods that don't fill you up as much, and that will make your bulking journey a lot easier. So I hope that video was useful. I hope it gave you lots of tips for any of you guys struggling to gain weight at the moment. And if you've got any more questions about bulking, as I said, there is a video in the description box about gaining weight. But if you've got any questions and you want any coaching or anything from me, all my information is below. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed already. And don't forget to give the video a like if you enjoyed it. And any questions or anything, pop in the comment box below. And I will see you in my next video. Bye!